Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. Another paid request, this time from Nick B. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Also, I apologize if there's some errors. Like recently I did Terminator versus Genesis versus the RoboCop remake, and for some reason there was like 5 seconds of missing audio. I don't know why that happened, but I know Total Meltdown 2 mentioned it to me. So I'm trying to just edit that with the YouTube editor thing, just to edit that out. But I'm using Audacity to record the audio. I have to use this to record the video. So I don't know if I just have to... I don't know what to use to record videos with. I really don't. Just I've used webcams, but then this webcam... it'd be going fine, then the audio would skip. Like kind of that noise. And I don't know why it would do that. And this is with 2 different webcams. And then, like, I had a better camcorder, but then the thing that you put it in to plug it in, that was stripped. And then this is a $100 camcorder, and then I'm using Audacity for audio. I don't know what to use, so I'm doing the best I can, so bear with me. But, you know, that also puts me in a mood to talk about these movies again. I mean, I could do top 15, top 20. So, I'm going to do top 13. Just because I guess, you know, usually 13 is a lucky number, but sadly not here. I mean, that's the crazy thing, is that this could go for at least top 20, because as much as there's a lot of good movies I enjoyed this year, there's a lot of bad movies as well. Like movies that didn't make the list for the top 13, but it would be if it was a top 20. Thor, Love and Blunder. You've lost that love and feeling, cock. Thor and Thunder, cock. Silly, ridiculous, embarrassing usage of Thor. It's become a total joke. Christian Bale, I think, had the potential to be an interesting villain, but they cut all of his scenes out. Give Natalie Portman all this stuff to do, but it really did have nothing to do. And Thor is just a complete other joke. The humor wasn't funny. And I don't know what the hell they were doing with that movie. X, lame, boring. For some reason they decide, hey, let's have this character play an older character, even though she's very young. So you have the star of the film, but you also take the same actress and you're playing the villain as well, with bad old age makeup. And the whole thrust of the plot is she's horny. No one will have sex with her. So this old horny bitch, played by a younger person in bad makeup, decides to kill people because no one wants to fuck her brains out. Wow, what a great movie. It wasn't scary. It wasn't funny. Don't care about the characters. So what the hell is it that I'm supposed to care about X? What is it about this movie I'm supposed to care about? Because I don't know. Doctor Strange 2... you know what? That was done better in Everything Everywhere All at Once. To Doctor Strange 2, it cut Doctor Strange himself. It made him a complete utter pussy. Having to follow the lead of this girl who is an annoying twat waffle. And it's one of those things I'm watching, I'm going, this just sucks. It just completely, utterly sucks. And the way they handled the Scarlet Witch was just mind-numbingly confusing. And like you have the whole thing with, you got Professor Xavier, you got Mr. Fantastic, and they all die nonchalantly in such ridiculous ways. Mr. Fantastic was supposed to be so smart, so I'm going to tell you, this is a way this guy could kill you. I should not be telling you that, but I told you that so that you find a way to kill him before he kills you. Again, for a guy that's supposed to be the smartest guy around, Mr. Fantastic seemed like a complete utter moron. Complete utter idiot. God damn. So the end of number 13, I put the Hellraiser reboot. Honestly, I found it very boring, very tedious, unlikable characters. Don't care about the drug-addicted lady. Bank-addicted drug robber, drug-addicted bank robber. I don't care about the lady. I don't care about her plight. I don't care about her acting. I didn't care about anybody in the movie. It felt like the movie really went at a slow pace and nothing really happened for the first half of it. Not much in terms of gore or kills. There's one interesting shot in the van where the van got longer and longer into looking like a chasm. But that's really one of the only interesting shots. And then who you find out the other bad guy and what his whole plan is and what's going on. It's like, really? I always laughed at the one guy that tripped over his own 2 feet or tripped over his dick. I don't know, he tripped over thin air when he was running. And I'm sorry, the new Pinhead. Honestly, that wasn't even the worst part of the movie. I mean, it was just... You're sitting here going, why does this even exist? It felt tame in a weird way. It felt tame as a Hellraiser film. And Heckraiser. Like I said, I did longer reviews of these, so I'm not going to just regurgitate all that I said. But Hellraiser just, that sucked. You didn't need a reboot. You already had 15 or whatever fucking sequels. You didn't need another one that didn't really set the world on fire because people were already forgotten about it. Number 12, They/Them. The title alone tells you how much it would suck. Very, very political, in your face, about pronouns and all this stuff. It's like watching TikTok turn into a movie. Or Twitter turn into a movie. No thank you. Pass. Do not let go. Do not collect your $200. Don't even mean pass go? No, collect go. As in collect some GoFundMe to return people's fucking money that they spent on this piece of shit. And Kevin Bacon, I guess you need the money that badly? I guess so. I mean, they such... I'll be honest, I don't remember much about the movie to even talk about it. That says a lot. Number 11, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I did a... not a review, but I did a first-time watch. And this was just... I'm not a fan of the Jeepers Creepers films. Otherwise, I'm sure this would have been much higher if I was. But because I think they all suck, there's another crappy movie on the wall in the Jeepers Creepers franchise. Dirty Deeds done dirt cheap. A lot of bad green screen to make it look like it's outside. Terrible special effects. They build up stuff that's not followed through. Like, what's the deal with this cult outside with the hoods? What's the deal with the ending where the creeper's dead, but then this girl got possessed, and then this happened? I'm like, what? Ridiculous deaths, like person that fell off the damn roof. I'm like, really? That's how they die? And the creeper just finds all this stuff, just finds a truck, just finds this, very nonchalantly. This felt like a film that was made on a weekend, and it was made as cheap and as fast as possible to keep some rights. Maybe that wasn't the case, but that's what it felt like. And it felt like not a whole lot of stuff happened for a good chunk of time. Just a very cheap affair. It did not need to be reborn. It needed to be stillborn. Number 10, The Munsters. I knew Rob Zombie would screw this up. And he proved me right. You did a horrible, terrible performance by the guy who plays Herman Munster. Completely miscast. Irritating, unfunny, the way the film looks, at times it's trying to be a bit of creep show. At times it's trying to be like a crappy Nickelodeon show. The guy who plays Grandpa Munster did the best he could. But Rob Zombie did not have a handle on the material. It felt like the movie went on forever. It wasn't funny. I still don't believe that he's a fan of... I mean, you put some Easter eggs from the show, that doesn't make it a good movie or a good interpretation of the show. And stop casting your wife in every goddamn thing you do. Can you do that, dude? Is that okay? Is that against the law? Stop casting your wife in shit. Is that okay? Goddamn. Number 9, Scream 5. I mean, you kill off David Arquette's character in such a stupid way, and you find out that he got killed by a 50-pound lady, which is ridiculous. And you make his character a loser. He's a loser that lost his job as a cop. He's a loser that got divorced from Gail. He's a loser that lived by himself in a trailer. He's a loser when he went to the hospital. He's a loser when he died, and he died an idiot loser. Not learning anything, getting 2 inches close to the killer, getting stabbed 10 times by a girl that was 50 to 80 pounds. That alone kills the movie for me. But the acting, the lack of interesting characters, the complete just pithy usage of the old characters like Sidney and Gail, felt like they didn't even need to be in the damn movie. Felt like, okay, here's our cameo. Can we get our checks now? And the whole trying to be meta, where it's the audience are toxic, and it's about toxic fandom. Give me a break. I mean, you're trying to defend Rian Johnson and all this other shit. Kiss my ass, man. Kiss my ass. Get out. They did that because if you don't like the film, you're just like the killer. No, I don't like the film because it sucks. I don't look forward to Scream 6 either. Worst Scream film I've seen is Scream 5. I mean, this whole thing about learning about scary movie, it's old hat. It's done. There's nothing more you can do about it. Horror films nowadays are very different from back then. There's nothing you could talk about the rules. What were the rules? The same shit they did in Scream 4? Scream 5 is like a crappy remake of Scream 4. And Scream 4 wasn't that good either. So, but Scream 4 I'd rather watch. Has a good line. Don't fuck with the original. At least you gave me a good line at the end by Sidney. What the hell did Scream 5 have? Nothing. Stupid ending. People get shot, like Gail got shot and did like nothing to her. Fuck that movie. Number 8 is a film called Interceptor. I'm sure people don't know what the hell that is, but that's an action film starring Chris Hemsworth's wife. Trying to be like her Under Siege or her Die Hard type of movie, but very, very feminist. It's a very feminist version of Die Hard. And I'm sorry, I know she's been in a couple movies. I think she was in some of the Fast and Furious movies. Chris Hemsworth's wife, just be Chris Hemsworth's wife, because you're not much of an actress. You do not have a leading persona to carry a movie. The action scenes were lackluster doll hell. A lot of CGI. Craptastic fight scenes. Especially when you compare it to The Gray Man and Violent Night and Day Shift and some of these other action movies. Interceptor was a lame duck fuck of an action movie with a lot of feminist propaganda, feminist this, feminist that, to push down your throat until you puke it up. And Interceptor was a puke-inducing movie. Hated that movie. Looking at the list, I would say that is the worst action film I've seen this year. Unless you love feminism. Number 7, Bros. That's the gay romantic comedy that they try to sell as, hey, it's about 2 gay people this time as romantic comedy. So, is it funny? No. Is it entertaining? No. Are the characters likable? No. It felt like it went on forever. There's no chemistry between the 2 leads. The guy that got butt hurt, no pun intended, about the film failing and saying, if you don't see this film, then you're homophobic. No, they don't want to see the film because they don't think it looks funny. Because in the trailer you said, sorry straight guys, sorry straight people, you had your run. Imagine if I did a movie that said, sorry gay people, you had your run. Imagine if I did that. Be canceled. Done. Finished. Bros, I mean, it'd be a better movie if it was Hose. Or Hosers. And Bros, if you want to see a lot of guys fucking, which is not my cup of tea, and probably isn't a lot of people's cup of tea. Just think about the audience, straight guys, they don't want to see that. Not our cup of tea. For straight women, maybe some want to see that, some don't. And it wasn't funny. You try to put in this propaganda of a teacher not wanting to show her school kids a museum of gay people in history, and then our lead character guilt trips her and going, oh yeah, huh? You don't like gay people, huh? No, it's just, kids don't need to know when they're 10 years old what gay and straight is. They don't need to know any of that until they're like 18. What a gay, what a straight, what a bi. They don't need to know any of that until they're of age. Not when they're in 3rd grade. Because that still goes into sex. And some type of sexual thing. Sexual preference. Identity. They don't need to know, they need to know about math. What 4 plus 3 equals. How to spell. Frog. What are the names of the planets? How many planets are there? That's what they need to learn. And then you guilt trip someone into it. Fuck you. And then it's not funny. Even if you talk to people who happen to be gay, they said it wasn't a funny movie. You have to make a funny movie. And romantic comedies aren't even that big of a thing nowadays. So I don't know why you thought this would be such a huge, huge hit. When was the last big romantic comedy that was a hit? Back to the day of Julia Roberts? Fuck. Fuck Bros. Number 6, Dracula, the original living vampire. It's an asylum version of Morbius. Which, no, Morbius isn't on the list, because while it's a bad movie, these films I thought were much worse. That if you want to see, I mean, if you think Morbius is bad, go watch Dracula, the original living vampire, where nothing happens for a good chunk of time. A few people talking in a few rooms, talking about this boring mystery, which there is no mystery, because we all know the killer is Dracula, because it's in the fucking title. And you have this female Van Helsing that looks like she's ready for Beverly Hills 90210. Michael Ironside's there, sadly, to take a paycheck. Incredibly snooze-inducing movie. Number 5, Chainsaw Massacre 2022. I mean, if you want to see people get into a debate for 10 minutes about the Confederate flag, I'm like, I don't know, maybe they're big fans of Dukes of Hazzard. Shut up. Sorry, I don't need that in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Unlikable dirtbag characters doing every dumb thing in the book. Bringing Sally Hardesty from the first movie. Different actress, of course, because that actress passed away. Have her look like Mick Garris, the director. And have her do the dumbest stuff where she has a gun on Leatherface and just does soliloquies for 10 minutes. Doesn't shoot. Gets herself killed like an idiot. And for some reason they thought that was a good service to the character. This is a disservice to the character in every shape of the way. It's like a fucking Han Solo for Force Awakens or David Arquette in Stream 5. Like, this disservice to these characters. It's got some gore, but that's it. Gore doesn't automatically make a movie good. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's just an awful fucking movie. Sorry, there's got some construction outside. Well, not construction, but people moving stuff outside. But number 4, Men. I mean, if you want to see a woman see a guy in 85 different versions in a whole town, and then have a movie end with the guy gives birth to himself, another version of himself, and keeps giving birth to himself as if it was extra. And this whole thing about, what's the theme? Men are all the same, or toxic men are all the same, and pretentious A24 bullshit. I hate A24. Unless it's a film like Uncut Gems, which I like, or The Disaster Artist, which I like, especially horror films. A24 horror films are some of the worst films I've seen. Pretentious, up their own ass, artsy-fartsy, slow, boring, idiotic, where characters do not act at all like human beings. Characters do not act with any sense of rational ideas, rational thoughts, whether it be killing of a sacred deer or a lamb, which, fuck, you know what, Men, I'll put, you know what, fuck it, Men/Lamb. If Lamb came out this year, says they're both A24, you're in the same spot, number 4. Men/Lamb. Because Lamb was another dumb fucking movie. Where people don't, hey, we found a child with a lamb's head. Should we tell people, contact people? No. No. Fucking boring, snooze-inducing, artsy-fartsy, pretentious, up its own ass, bumbuzzlers, kerfuffles, fucking annoyances. I hate A24. If you're wondering why I'm being so vague, honestly, most of these films, I barely remember most of the shit because I had them in my brain when I reviewed them, and those reviews are still up, where I'm more detailed. If it's a bad movie, usually I just want to delete it like you would to the recycle bin on your computer. Number 3, Prey, the Predator film that was overrated and called the best around. Nothing gonna ever keep it down. Prey's the best. It's the best this. It's the best that. It's the best Predator movies. The best Predator sequel. It's the best, the best, the best. Fuck Prey. I still think Prey's an overrated shit show of a movie. Why? The lead was boring. The effects were terrible. The CGI animals, the CGI wolves, the CGI other critters looked bad as hell. Predator fighting a bunch of CGI creatures to me does not make for a fun time. Still trying to do this whole woman and her rights and her issues and... Sorry, we will not let you because you're a woman. I don't need to see this political shit in a Predator movie, for fuck's sake. I get that the Predator's supposed to be looking different because it's a different version of the Predator, but I don't know. I didn't really care for the look of the film. And I don't know, I just... When you get to the finale, where they make up this theme where it lowers your body temperature so much, there's no heat coming off of you. None. And it somehow doesn't affect your body at all. If you took a drug where your body heat was so low that you cannot be affected at all, as in you won't be seen by the Predator's heat vision thing, and your body isn't affected at all, no, if your body goes down that low, it's going to be affected. Instead, she's able to be a superhuman, doing parkour off fucking trees to fight the Predator. And make the Predator cut his own fucking arm off. And the Predator's so stupid it forgets how his weaponry works and actually shoots himself in the fucking head. So then you take this thing to lower your body temperature, and it doesn't affect your body, so you're able to still be perfectly fine to do parkour shit on a Predator. Get out of here with this 80-pound munchkin. I'm sorry, her acting did not impress me either. I don't give a fuck. Oh, it's in the Native American language. I don't care. Why should I give a shit? Movie sucked. Boring. Not exciting. Not thrilling. I don't buy the lead beating the Predator in a second. Not for a second at all. Number 2, Halloween ends just like this franchise should end. They build up to the end of this trilogy, and they bring in a brand new character we'd never seen before called Corey. Who the fuck is Corey? Hashtag fuck Corey. Who gives a shit about Corey? Corey sucks. No one gives a fuck about Corey. Who the fuck is Corey? Why did they build up this thing where if Michael Myers kills, he gets stronger? The more he kills, he gets stronger. But then he killed like 85 people at the end of this previous film. But here he's so weak, he's dragging his ass around the sewers, waiting for the Ninja Turtles to come out. Wait out to the opening where the guy kicked the door and the kid flew, as if Shawn Michaels gave Sweet Chin music to the kid. I laughed my ass off. And it went downhill from there. Jamie Lee Curtis barely has anything to do, but this lame romance. You think they don't do all this with Will Patton? Like, that's why he's alive. And that's why he said all this stuff about his background and what happened in the past and this guilt of not killing Michael Myers when he should have. And now there's going to be his retribution. He doesn't do anything in this movie. What's the point of building up Will Patton's character, the sheriff, and you do nothing with him? Jamie Lee Curtis spent 20-some years being the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons, doing 85 guns and training. But when her daughter dies, when her daughter dies, hey, it's fine. It's Halloween season. Here's the decorations. It's perfectly fine. So you were so obsessed with your 2 friends dying 20, 30, 40 years ago. 40 years ago it was. Yeah, 40. 40 years ago. 40 fucking years ago, you're obsessed with 2 of your friends dying. But when your actual daughter dies, you're pretty goddamn nonchalant about it. Does that make any sense? Wouldn't she be even double down on her freak out nature? Why does this girl fall head over heels for Corey? Like, she seemed like a smart character, perhaps, in the previous films. The granddaughter. Now she's just a dumbass. Oh, because we have to rip off Christine. Instead of the car, it's Michael Myers. Instead of Arnie, it's Corey. Was it Cunningham? Oh, like Arnie Cunningham and Christine? Then just go watch Christine. Such stupid. And Michael Myers drags him into the sewer, doesn't kill him automatically. I don't know why. Maybe he's contemplating him giving him the Hershey Highway injection. And then do a dead zone touch. Your thoughts are my fault. You know, fucking Michael Myers does a mind meld. And this whole thing with Corey just so stupid. It's like, hey, remember Halloween 4? The ending of that? Where Daniel Harris gets possessed or it has evil. That's what they're doing. So people say it's so new. No, it's pretty much taking the ending of Halloween 4 and trying to go further with it, but doing a horrible job. I find it funny how they bring up Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis on the posters and all the marketing, and then they're barely in the film. Just more about Corey and his Corey lifestyle and Corey love life and Corey nature being picked on by members of band camp. Such a stupid movie. Halloween Ends. Just end the franchise. Don't do any more. And number one, the creme de la shit, Clerks 3. Clerks 3 is the worst movie I've seen this year. It is the most insulting movie I've seen this year. Kevin Smith, you need to retire now. No Mallrats 2. No Moose Jaws. Just retire. Please. And I have no idea why the hell anybody who's a fan of Clerks 1 and 2 likes this movie. I have no clue. None. I'm sorry, in my opinion, there's no damn reason to like this movie if you're a fan of Clerks 1 and 2. So unless you hate Clerks 1 and 2, because what does Clerks 3 do? It says, let's make a movie into a funeral. Let's make it depressing. Let's make it unfunny. Name me some funny jokes in that movie. Talking about, what was that? Not Bitcoin, but NFTs. A couple jokes about NFTs and kites. Let's give Randall, Jeff Anderson, a heart attack. Then we're going to drag him to the hospital. Then we have this stupid humor where a doctor's in a witch uniform. Or Justin Long is having a bad accent. And then they're going to make a movie. But then Randall, Jeff Anderson, apparently did not learn a damn thing from the ending of Clerks 2. Because he's more of a douchebag than he was in the first movie. He's super douche. And then let's just redo the scenes from the first movie, only they're not as funny, because they're more funny and endearing in the first movie. At least maybe just like, let's talk about scenes that was in their life that we never got to see. Between Clerks 1 to Clerks 2. Or between Clerks 2 to this movie. What scenes that they could have incorporated that we didn't get to see, but we get to see, and their interpretation of how these scenes happen. No. Nostalgia. You remember Clerks? You remember Clerks? You remember Clerks? Nostalgia. Let's kill off the lady and her baby. Which there was a happy ending in Clerks 2. Nah, that didn't happen. What? And then let's just have Dante get a heart attack because of Randall. Jeff Anderson becomes such a douchebag prick, selfish piece of shit, that he gave Dante a heart attack. Randall murdered Dante. And then Dante has a heart attack. And then Randall is still mad at him. And the only reason he changed his mind is because the one guy has to tell him, hey, you know that money you had? He did this and this. And then he changes his mind? He didn't change his mind because he gave his buddy a heart attack. He changed his mind because, wait, he gave me money? Not he has a heart attack and I gave him a heart attack. Not because all the shit that he said during the fucking diatribe that Brian O'Halloran was speaking to him. None of that clicked for Randall. But because Elias had to tell him, that's when it clicked? Get the fuck out of here. And then Dante pretty much, yeah, my life is a loser because I'm a loser. And then someone wrote, well, Dante's always been a loser, ha ha ha. Did you watch Clerks 2? Did you watch the ending of Clerks 2? That was the whole point. And it was a great ending. I know, because I saw it, a lot of my friends saw it, a lot of other people saw it, and they said, wow, that's a great ending. So apparently you don't think that, because now this did the complete opposite, and then people say, that's a great ending. What the fuck? I think some people just loving it because of Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith could do no wrong. No, trust me, he did do a lot of wrong. Yoga Hosers, Jane Silent Bob Reboot, this movie. And then Dante just said, you know what, you're right, my life sucks, I'm going to give up on life. That's a great message? To give up on life? Yeah, I know, it sucks, life sucks, but hey, I give up on life. Tough titty. What? And then he dies. And then the joke is, he wasn't even supposed to be here today. I hate this movie with a passion. It's not funny. It's depressing. It's the Alien 3 of comedies. And I never thought it would take... When I watched Clerks 1, it hurts it. Because now I'm thinking, well, Randall's going to be a piece of shit that's going to cause Dante a heart attack. And then Dante is never going to get on with his life. He's never going to... Which is the whole ending of the first Clerks and the second Clerks. The first Clerks. He's going to listen to Randall and take some control of his life. They did Clerks 2. What Took You So Long? Alanis Morissette song. Kissing Betty. Going to have a baby. And then, because of his goddamn midlife crisis, he says, you know what, I'm going to kill everybody. I'm going to kill Betty, I'm going to kill the kid, I'm going to kill Dante. Randall's a piece of shit, who's irredeemable. Is an irredeemable piece of shit. There's no redemption for Randall. It makes me hate the character. He caused his buddy to die. Because of his own selfish nature. And people liked it for some reason. I just don't get the world today, man. I don't get the world today. But hey, what do you do? So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later.